Hello, welcome to the stream. Who have we got in the chat? Yes, 2-0. Have you seen how many damn times I tried to get in touch with them? All ignored. If you look at YouTube recent tweets, my banning was a bug that hit 10,000 plus accounts. It pains me to start again. 6 views in 1 hour. You said you had 2 more appeals, didn't you? Have you used them? Connect after losing to Hull. Man, I'm more flabbergasted after the results in yesterday's stream, but we're back at 5:45. So we are going to just get kind of cracking into this. Big ups to everyone that's tuning in. Of course, I do appreciate it. Man, this red mark has been annoying me all day. Yeah, but big ups to whoever's tuning in. We are still on the prowl for 1K subscribers, guys. That feels so weird to say, to be honest, but it's kind of true. We're less than 30 away now, which is just mental. So big ups to everyone that's contributing to that in some sort of way. Fulham are a brilliant team. I know. Trust me. I send the appeal and then it says I can't send another one for another minimum 7 days, maximum 90. I hope it's earlier than the latter. Incredible stuff. Can't wait until you get 1K. Should I do like a 1K party? I don't know. Like City Extra, I think when they hit like 50K, I think it was, that did a big party. And I'm pretty sure they hit it on the final day of the Premier League when Gundogan scored. I might be wrong there. I'm not sure what I should do because it's quite big. I don't know. Like a watch party, obviously, not like a party hosted at mine, bring all my family and friends over. I just got 1K subs, guys. Everyone come over. I used to think 1K subs when I was a kid was enough to get a play lesson. Oh, wouldn't that be the life? But anyway, let's just dive on into this. So, a party. We get to see you all dancing. Lol. Me and the Sissy domination. Big ups to you tuning in. Do appreciate it. Now then, I mean what I said in the thumbnail for this video. I mean every single quote that's in those. Do not underestimate. The Fulham are a good side, and look, I know this is at the Etihad. I know it is, which being at the Etihad makes me a bit more confident. But I'll tell you what, if we were playing at Fulham's ground, I'd be really nervous. I'd really be nervous. Let's have a look at Fulham's recent form, though, before we get into my predicted 11. Because I know they're not doing too bad. I could have sworn they're top 10. And I know it's 6 days in. I know it's early. Fulham, 6th in the league. So, they're not doing too bad. They're only 2 points behind Villa. So, we have to look at that carefully. I don't know how many top sides they've played. My Google's being really slow at the moment. Okay, so beat Forest 1-0 away from home. Beat Newcastle 3-1 at their own ground. Doku right wing. Yes, I know. An interesting pick, but I'll get into it. Have you seen our insane record against Fulham? I think Carson should be everywhere. That's an ideal world. Than Tiger Robbins. No, I haven't. What's our record? The 1-1 against Preston, which they went on to lose on pens. 1-1 against West Ham. 1-1 against Ipswich. 2-1 against Leicester. And they lost to United in day 1 at Old Trafford. Look, I know they've not played Everton United, Newcastle, West Ham. They haven't really played any European fighters. They've got some difficult games coming up. City, Villa, Everton. all coming up who are bound to cause some trouble. But as of right now, they're 6th in the league, and they are they're only 3 points off us. If they manage to win tomorrow, they are tied with us on points. We've not lost under them against them to Pep, whilst under Pep. I can't schedule a stream until 10:56. Absolute dumb rule. Oh yeah, is that like once you get approved for streaming, then you have to wait for like 24 hours or something like that. I had that with the gaming channel. It obviously didn't negatively impact me, but you know. Anyway, let's get into the predicted 11, shall we? So, Edison between the sticks. Gone for Eddie because, well, you know, I don't think Ortega, you know, if Ortega's going to break into the team, which apparently he wants to, because apparently if he doesn't become number one for City this season, he will leave in the summer. So, we are doing a banner for Pep tomorrow. Yes, Pep's released a quote on that. Like, everyone wants Pep to stay. No one wants Pep to leave. I'm going to guess that's what the banner's for, and judging on Pep's quote as well. I'm guessing that's what it's all for. So, anyways, like I said with Edison, Ortega's got to do something good to really knock Edison out of net, or Edison gets an injury. Yeah, that's true. Tigers and Robins. Absolute goat. It says, please stay in Cato. Oh, Catalonian. Oh, yeah. Isn't that what, like, people from... Because Barcelona... I'm pretty sure the city of Barcelona want independency from Spain, I believe. I think. I'm not 100% sure on their stuff over there. I'll be honest, I'm not really intertwined with politics. Yeah, they do. You're right. Yeah, I did remember seeing something about that. My dad told me about that as well. So it makes sense why they're saying that. Look, everyone wants Pep to stay, and this is normally kind of the time that we hear news on it. You know, this is kind of when we hear about it, whether he will be with us. But either way, let's not speak about that. When you first started YouTube, did your watch-alongs do well? I mean, there's an easy way to check. Now, again, I probably got the luckiest start I could have ever asked for when it comes to my watch-alongs. My Burnley watch-along has 76 views, which has only gone up over time. I'd like to say it's gained a surprising amount of views. I think it's gained at least 20, 25 at least. So I'm going to say it got 50 when it actually was made. The following one, though, got 159, which is the Super Cup. So I'm not 100% sure how it all works. But, yeah, to be fair, but I would like to say, I believe... Oh, I can't remember when I got the shout-out. I know the shout-out increased all the views on my video, though, because when I got the shout-out from Big Steve... the first stream I did of it was Jeremy Doku to Man City. Got 212 views there. But after that, okay, and before, people that sub to my channel, some of them must have gone onto my channel to actually have a look at my content. But it's interesting. It'll only get better, is what I will say. Are you gonna? Oh wait, no, you can't go live for them, can you? But you'll go live for the next one. weren't you, that you're not at the Etihad for? At least I would have thought so. Anyway, back line. Rico Lewis, at right back. Look, I've been a big fan of him this season. What I will say is, though, to all four of these defenders, look, I've been backing this lot massively. I've been saying they're keeping Stones and Walker out of the team. But what I will say is, we have had 2 clean sheets this season. You know, and you can argue, oh, it's about getting points on the board. But I also don't want to be leaking goals. You know, I hated that period last season where we conceded 7 goals between Spurs and Chelsea. You know, I hated that. It was awful. But we conceded this season. We conceded. Oh wait, no, we've had 3 clean sheets because of the game the other night. This season we've conceded 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 goals in 7 matches, and in 3 of them we've had no goals conceded. Look, I might be being nitpicky here. Wait, actually, my numbers are wrong. 12 games, and we're done. Enjoying the stream, big ups. Walker must not start. I don't see why. He's at fault. He's got some sort of fault for our last 4 goals conceded. Those were big games too. The Newcastle game, he keeps Gordon onside. The Watford game, a moment where he could have easily had a good moment defending. Instead, he loses the ball due to poor touch. And you can argue, poor touch. You're getting lucky with those sometimes. He's a veteran right back. He needs to be, when it's a defensive touch, he needs to take it well. And Arsenal, I'm not even going to rant about it again. A good team starts with a good defense. Exactly. A good defense is a good offense. There's a quote for you. Because if you don't concede any goals, you only need to score 1 goal to win the game. That's how I look at it personally. I know that is a very pragmatic way of thinking, because then, you know, that kind of encourages sitting back and defending, okay, which I know is a practice and a few teams care. But it's not entirely wrong, though. That doesn't mean I want 1-0 every game of the season, by the way, but that's what I'm saying. If you don't concede goals, then you only need 1 goal. You don't need to win the others. Walker should join Grimsby. It's on his level. Well, he wants to go back to Sheffield United, so they can have him if they want. Give us 10 million, because no one else is going to really pay much for him. Back onto this then. So, back to the back line. I already covered Rico. Diaz and Akanji. Again, I've really liked you two at the back. You two have been great. And I think it's better than Adam Stones, although I do like John Stones and I want him to get a bit more minutes. But John Stones isn't dependable due to his injuries. I miss Ake, trust me, I do as well. I feel so bad for him. Diaz and Stones, interesting. I just worry for playing Stones. Last season scarred me, man, because like every time he came back, he'd just get injured. And then every time he would come back, he'd play a game and then it's the international break. And then he'd... and then he'd get injured like straight away again. Last season was a bad year for injuries anyway. No Stones needs to start this in my opinion. He's starting to go on form. Fulham will low block. Stones is crucial to break down. I can see that, you know. And if John Stones starts, I won't be ranting. Honestly, the only defender that, you know, if John Stones starts, you're not going to hear me tomorrow like, oh, I can't believe this. It's disgusting. Okay, but that'll only happen if it's Kyle Walker. Moving on, Josko Vardio at the left back position. Look, no Ake, but it's got no one else unless you want to play Rico out of the position again, which is just unfair for me. Play Rico where he's been playing best. You know, I know Walker's the captain and all that, but honestly, he shouldn't be to begin, and I'd rather play Rico at the moment over our captain, I'm afraid. this time 2 years ago, we all loved Walker. Completely destroyed his reputation. Yeah, 2 years ago, I remember the summer of last year, when, Walker was almost on his way to Bayern. Pep had to have a talk with him to keep him. Pep, he was almost on his way to Bayern, and I was like, oh, we need him, because if we play Real Madrid again, which we did, if we play Real Madrid again, then we're going to need that on Vinny. The summer last year, I defended that guy for my life, trying to get him to stay at the club. And to be fair, last year he did decent on Real Madrid. He turns up against Real Madrid, I feel, but for the remainder of the season, pretty sure you said this last season, MCFR. In Europe, he's not too bad, but in the league and the English comps, you just see him drop off. Into our midfield, Kova and Gundo. Look, there is always Nunes, and to be honest, I wouldn't be disgusted if Nunes played. Remember when Ake was a meme saying he wasn't good enough for Man City? Now you guys want him. I love Ake. That first season he had wasn't a bad season, but he just really wasn't playing many minutes. Didn't play tons of minutes, and every time he did play, he didn't exactly look to be setting the world on fire. He just looked like our fourth choice centre back or whatever it was at the time. The following season, though, he was brilliant in the Champions League against Atletico Madrid. Really proved anyone and everyone wrong. I remember Mark Goldbridge said, said he saw Nathan Ake walk on the pitch, and he said, "This was what Nathan Ake must be feeling like. I'm bad at football, and I'm bad when I go on the pitch, and I get to play for Man City. It's perfect." That's what Mark Goldbridge said. And I'm just so glad that Ake's really turned it around. This injury's so unlucky. He's usually really good with injuries, Nathan Ake. So when he comes back, I'm sure he'll come back stronger. But Gundo and Kovacic, I'm going for the experience. These two need to learn to play together, to be honest, as well, because with no Rodri, there is no plan for playing Gundo with Rodri, Kova with Rodri. By the way, I assumed you gained all the subs after Big Steve shouts out from streams. By the way, I assume you gained all the subs after the Big Steve shouts out from streams. Sorry, I was looking for tips. I didn't even stream back then. Yeah, when I started, I was on an okay rate. I remember the night, it was crazy. When I started, I was on an okay rate in the summer. I'd started relatively well because of your shout out. I didn't expect to be anywhere near as high as I was on subs. Not that I was extremely high anyway. I was incredibly happy with where I was. And then the Big Steve shout out completely out of nowhere. It just took me aback. I woke up one night. I was on, I think, 48 subs. The day you went on, it kept going up. It kept going up. It kept going up. And then it ended near 200. Hey, guy who does everything. I'm going to guess you know MCFR. Otherwise, you would be calling him This Is City if you didn't. Big ups for tuning in. I think you're new over here. But, yeah, big ups for tuning in, mate. Hope you're well. Moving on to my front four. Nalan, Jeremy Doku. A bit of a weird one. Usually I put this guy off the left, but I want Grealish to start this game. I think he's been so good, Jack Grealish, the past couple of games. Thought he was unlucky to not start against Bratislava, but that's fine. He doesn't need to start every game. But I thought Doku against Bratislava did really good at right wing, and I thought he was quite unlucky to not get himself a goal or two. I thought he was really good. That should have been an absolute destruction in Slovakia. And to be fair, 4-0 wasn't too bad, but it could have been so much more. We were unbelievable with our chances. By the way, I love the little 3K you put in my logo too. I just thought it was a good touch. Just to show that you've been there before. Sure, new people probably won't catch on to what it means, but the real ones do. I guess Frost Fury, me, Tiger Robbins, Glimpse, a guy as well, I suppose. I just thought that it could work. But Doku, yeah, probably the most abnormal one I've done here, but I also want Grealish in this team. So I'm making it work. We could always put Bernardo in that pivot as well, by the way. Worst team I've ever played, City. Yeah, Bratislava was bad. They had one early chance, I think maybe halfway through, and one chance near the end, I think. It was real bad from them. They had 3 shots, 23% possession. No shots on target, by the way. 69% passing accuracy out of 237 passes. Shall we have a look at how much that is? 69% of 237. Try and guess how much that is. Thank God our bad performance came, and then CBH, we would treated it like a training session. Yeah, we missed a load of chances, and if they're the top keeper in goal, then maybe a couple of them don't go in. Not taking anything away from the goals, Phil Foden's goal is lovely. Gundogan's goal is kind of lucky, and all that. And McAtee's probably doesn't get in that position if there's big defenders blocking him out. But can only be what's in front of you, I say. So good on the lads. Now then, Phil Foden at the cam. Look, I thought he was good against Bratislava. I think it's probably the best we've seen him play. Got man of the match. Good to see Gundo avoided the 007. Yes, that is good. No, I thought Gundo, Gundo against Fulham, he was at that kind of position with Phil, where Phil is now and KDB usually is. And it just wasn't working with Gundo, I think it's fair to say. Against Newcastle, he had big chances in that kind of area, and he just, didn't really seem like he was cut out for that kind of area. He's a magnificent footballer, Gundo, but I think the pivot is where we're really going to need him. And leave that stuff to Phil Foden, who got player of the season playing there, who got over 35 GNA playing there. Leave that stuff to Phil. And up top, the same reason I say him to start there every time. There's no one else. We've got no one else. We literally have to play Haaland. He'd be on the worst form of his life, and we'd still have to play him because we have no one else. We didn't go sign a striker for some reason, Don't ask me why, but we didn't, I think just even getting through Hashi or that guy from Copenhagen would have been more than enough. Just that we had someone to play those Watford games that we let Haaland set out of, And Champions League games at the end of the season, at the end of this stage, that don't matter because we made the top 8. That's the kind of thing that gets me going. But I'm happy for Haaland this season. He's done quite well. But we need more goals. And if Haaland gets an opportunity, I expect him to take it. It's a good Fulham side. A Fulham side that isn't shy of playing well. They beat Forest. And you might think, oh, Forest. They beat Forest away from home. A Forest side that hadn't been defeated this season. Forest were unbeaten, I'd like to say. Haaland's got a good Premier League record at home, 37 games and 43 goals, so it could definitely be worse. So let's see how Haaland does tomorrow, because we need him to turn up. Anyway, though, big ups for tuning in. That brings this kind of to an end, but it's not the last you've seen of me. I'm back in 18 minutes on Connect Gaming. it's fair to say the ship needs to start turning the other way now in that career mode. You know, we suffered some bad defeats last game. Really bad ones. But it's back and we need top performances. We need chances to be taken. We had 1 win last stream. 3 draws and 3 defeats, I think. Overall total was. So there is no, we're not going to Wembley, sadly, but we still got a Champions League to play for. And we still got a Premier League to play for-ish. Big up to everyone who tuned in. You guys are great. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one.